Okay.
Hello, everyone. Our demo artist today is Candy Yu, and she will show us how she does beautiful paintings of animals. Her demo is entitled Watercolor Pet Portraits on Yupo Paper. Welcome to Fremont Art Association, Candy.
Hi, thank you for inviting me. So I just start now?
Yes, please.
Okay. All right. I have been painting since 2000, actually 2000. And I've been doing some demos since 2012. I haven't done one for the art club for a couple of years, but I have been teaching some online voluntary class for a nonprofit organization, and it went back to in-person. Now it goes back to online again. Anyway, I've been painting on many different surfaces, and I haven't said I'm from Taiwan. All the surfaces I have been painting on is like watercolor paper, the regular one, the Yupo, the Masa, the Tyvek, the canvas board, clay board, canvas, and watercolor canvas too. So, and now I'm going to introduce the brush I'm using. This is all the brushes I have. And whenever I'm painting on Yupo, I usually use the very soft one. These are the very good one. Winsor Newton, Series 7. I have number 12 and number 10. These are the two I use mostly on Yupo when I'm painting. And I also have two brushes that are synthetic that I used since I started painting watercolor in 2000. And this is, I don't think they have any more, but these are very cheap. At that time when I purchased them, they are under $5, but they have lasted for a long time, especially this tiny one. This is number 4. I've been using it to dip into masking fluid, but I protect it with the detergent. So I have been using it since then. It's been more than 20 years. It's still good. That's good. And the other one is number 10. These are the two of my original brushes. And now I love the silver, black silver. This one is number 10, and I love it because it has a very pointed tip and soft. Okay, next one is the pigments. I use only 3 artist grade pigments of paints from Winsor Newton, Holbein, and then Daniel Smith. So if there any question, you can ask me right away. Or if I'm in the process of waiting for the paint to dry, then maybe I'll say later. So you can ask me question anytime, but when I cannot do it right away, I'll tell you later, okay?
Thank
you. Yupo is the world's most erasable watercolor paper. It's very durable, and it won't buckle, and it's recyclable too. I'll show you a piece. Suppose like now, my setup for the watercolor painting is I have 2 parts of water jars. One is for washing my brush. The other one is for the clean water. I always stay clean. And mostly I use wet on wet. So like this one, this is a scratch paper. Can everybody see that?
Can you please turn on camera on other yeah,
Okay.
device.
Is it on
Oh, yeah,
now?
yeah. Now I will do, yeah.
Okay. I suppose I'm going to put some colors in there and let it, and I can erase it. I'll show you how. Before I use my pigments, my palette, I will spray it with clean water because they are very good pigments. So they will activate very fast. See, it will expand. And then I'll let it dry for a little bit, then I'll erase it. And earlier I talked about the Tyvek paper. This is a piece of Tyvek paper that I draw with permanent ink and then use watercolor to paint on top of it. And I haven't tried if I'm going to seal, if it needs to be sealed, but I know if I use water, I can wash a little bit off. So I've tried on many different kinds of surfaces. And on painting on Yupo paper, sometimes you cannot in control. You have to relinquish some controls, and some happy accidents will appear, and you will get some beautiful texture. And if did on that. Right. And whenever I'm painting, unless I wanted to move, then I usually I'll put on the level. And if I wanted to move, I can just do this. Sometimes you want it to drip like this. And why it's drying, if you don't touch it, I normally do not use a dryer. You let it dry itself, it will create some very beautiful texture that you will never expect it. By the way, when you are using a pencil, I usually do very lightly, because if you use an eraser, then it's going to leave some marks there, and the paper will not take the pigments anymore. Or if you handle it with your hands, your fingers, if your fingers have some grease or any dirt going on the top of this paper, it's not going to receive or take the paint. But there's one thing that you can do is, if that happens, and let me show you a painting that won't take.
Oops.
Like this one. Here, I didn't know this part has some kind of oil or something, so it won't take the paint very well. But the other places are okay. So I usually handle it very carefully. I take the sides. Now I can touch this because I already sealed it. If I do not seal it, if I accidentally had a drop of water on top of it, it will ruin the whole painting, if that's not what you want. Besides, it's really hard to do layering, because if you do it twice on the same place, it's going to disturb the paint underneath. So mainly I use this very lightly, this brush, very good brush, and the soft hair. So I can just go on top of it very lightly. So try not to disturb the paint on the underneath. All right. Now it's almost some parts still wet, some parts still dry. Let me try to erase some parts. Just use water. You can see you can erase
Oh, wow.
very nice. So
Mhm.
if you're teaching kids, you can let them use this paper, and if they can always wash it off and restart again. And we wait this to dry. Let me see what else. Okay. You can use alcohol to wash the grease when you handle it, and you have grease on top, or oil or whatever dirt. You can use alcohol to just wipe it off. And also you can use saran wrap or water or alcohol to create the texture. Yeah, after it dries, then I can spray some alcohol. Then it will have some special effect. The sealer I've been using after I finish a piece that I really wanted. I wanted to stay, I want to keep it. I use Krylon Hama varnish. This is non-yellowing protection for oil, acrylic, and watercolor. So I use this every time I finish a piece. Okay. I'm gonna show you a few pieces before I start the demo. This is my practice one. I painted this on Yupo and I sprayed it already because when I'm done with the face, the flesh color, I want to put some shadow there. It's pretty hard, so I do it very, very slowly. Or otherwise, I will do it in one process. I layer down the light color first, and then a little darker one, and then darker and darker at the same time. Then it will show it. I'll show it that when I'm doing the demo. Show you a few animals I have done. When I'm doing a pet, usually I wet the whole thing except the eyes area. Even though you can erase the eye part, but I always keep it. That's my habit. I always keep the eye part dry. There's another friend's cat. These are all on Yupo.
Did you make it in one layer or it's like several layers?
I spray at least 2 layers. One this way, the other one this way. One
Awesome.
horizontal, one vertical. And I waited for it to dry. But you have to go to outdoor to do it. It smells pretty bad.
But Candy, on the cat, how many layers of paint did you use?
You mean this one?
Yes.
Okay. I just told you that in one process, I layer the lightest color and then a little darker and then darker. And after it dries, then I will scratch out, white out some of the hair, the white part. And if I need to put some colors in, then it will have different, you can see it differently. Let me see if I have anything that I can show you.
Thank you.
You can see this. After it dries, I want to put some hair shadow there. But, you can see it's pretty hard. So if next time when I'm going to do this, then I will wait until it's almost drying. Then I'll put down the shadow before it dries.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And the last one, for this one, I put down the wax from candle. I have this white part kept using wax. Then I use 3 colors, primary colors, yellow, blue, and the red to pour. And I do this, all directions. So let it go. It's pretty interesting. All right. Okay, let's start the demo. Today, I'm going to paint my friends, Joyce and Kurt's daughter. Her name is Acacia. Okay, this is my sketch. This is my second sketch. I have one first sketch I painted some, so I can show you later because this takes some time to dry. So I have prepared one in advance, and this is the one that I'm going to start from very beginning. Okay, earlier I mentioned that I usually wet the whole thing, right? But because I'm going to do demo, so I will just wet this area, the head part. Can everybody see the sketch?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
very lightly. So besides the eyes part, I will wet the whole thing. I'm shaking a little bit. It's okay. Just use the tissue paper. By the way, do not use the tissue paper that has lotion on it. Just use regular tissue paper. Otherwise, you'll be like grease. You won't take the paint. And you can use alcohol to erase. So it will accept the paint again. Make sure that I have wetted all parts. And while it's kind of starting to dry, I will mix my colors. First, I'm going to use raw sienna. I'll show you the picture I'm going to paint from. My friend cat, Acacia.
Wow.
He's a beautiful cat. I'm using raw sienna with my number 12, number 7, series 7. And I look at where I need the color. Let me move this picture here so everybody can see. And still. It's weird. It's hard to see this. Oh, that's okay. I'm putting down the raw sienna on where the color is similar to it. Or the lighter color. And there are some white hair there, so I won't put it down. And wherever you want to wipe out the white, you use a darker color. Then it will show much better. I'm leaving some white part here and somewhere here and here. Since I say layering is hard on Yupo, so I'm gonna do it in next step. I'll mix a darker color from burnt sienna and ultramarine, French ultramarine. Bit dark. Okay. Brush is a little too big. I'm switching to a number 10, black silver. Wherever there's dark color, very dark black, you could always put some lighter color there. So you have multiple colors instead of only one black colors. You can't see what it is now. Next, I'm going to mix another darker colors with more ultramarine blue, French ultramarine blue. Don't ever be afraid it will fail. It's okay, you can just wash it off. Start again. The surface is still very wet. And darker. Not cover the whole background, just cover part of the color down below. Now I'm using a alizarin crimson, just a little tiny bit. Some of this already dried. Adding some colors to here. This is too big, so I'm going to wipe some of it off. Always with a piece of dried tissue, no lotion. A lighter black here. Later, I'm going to wipe out some of the hair, white hair there. I need a little darker here. When it's wet, then I use this way, clean brush, but a little dry. And then I can take out the white, show the white of the hair. Some of the dark here. We can leave off the white while it's wet. When we have subtle hair, it looks pretty natural. Sometimes I add, sometimes I take away. It's not dark enough. I'm gonna add more. My darks, usually I use French Ultra and Sienna for my black. Adding some more dark. Okay. It takes some of the white area. waiting for it to dry. I'm going to paint the body. And then I'll show how to paint the eyes on my hair.
Wow. Looks so realistic.
I leave a little space between two legs. Out the water.
Andy, we have some questions.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
It's Lina's asking, it seems that Yupo paper has gained popularity among watercolorists in recent years.
Mm-hmm.
How do you rate the challenge of this surface compared to the others you use? And among the surfaces you use, which is your favorite and why?
If I paint animals, mostly I'll use Yupo because at first I can be more loose because I'm a very tight person. I mean, when I'm painting, so if I use Yupo at first, I will be very loose, and then of course there are some details you have to work out, and then I will be very careful. And I find out that I like to use Yupo to paint my animals because of this reason. Comparing with others, some of the services, just a minute. Some of the services can take I don't know. I just love painting animals on Yupo.
I can see why. It looks so cool, and you can move those spots of paint around very easily.
Right.
Yeah, that's really
Of
cool.
course, you can paint any landscape or flower or anything on Yupo, but I just love the painting animals on Yupo paper.
And the cat looks so like soft, all this fur.
And
Yeah.
whenever I need a hair, I just just wet it and then take it out. So it's very forgiving.
Yeah. And Jay is asking, can you show what you use to seal your artwork? I know you already did. When you have time, just can you please do it
Okay.
again?
Okay. It is Krylon Tamar varnish. It's for oil, acrylic, and watercolor. You want yellow. I sprayed 2 layers at least, one horizontal, one vertical. And I waited to, I usually do it outside in the garden.
Thank you.
Welcome. Laying different colors on top. Later I can white up the color, the darker color to get the hair. Work on this side. Eyes along is kind of dark, dry. I can do the eye now.
I have a question. How long it takes to dry like this painting?
Okay.
When you would return to it?
It depends on how much water you use and also the surrounding temperature. But usually you just let it dry itself. Do not use a dryer. Otherwise the paint will go wherever the wind goes, the air goes.
So will you return to this in like couple of hours or next day?
I already have one prepared, so I'll show you later.
Okay, thank you.
Let me finish the eye part, and then we can do the next step. So I'm mixing some more dark colors for the eye. There's some light blue colors in the eyes, so I'm using indigo a little bit. Therefore, don't touch what I just have. Let me move, be easier for me.
Andy, we have one more question.
Uh-huh.
Do you trace your image on to the Yupo or you draw freehand?
I draw my first one and then I trace for my first one.
Okay, thank you.
I also did a sketch on a regular sketch paper. I'll show you later. I have one black here that I don't want. Lift it off. Okay, let it dry, then I'll do more of the eyes. Let me see. I can get out some of the hair here. This is almost dry, but it's not totally dry. So it's very easy to do it. You can also do it after it dries, but the hair will look differently. This is more natural way.
Maybe we've got a question.
Okay.
How long do you need to wait after the completed painting is dry before applying the seal?
After it's totally dry, usually if I finish it today and I look at it a few times and I found out that I really want to keep it, I don't need to change it or anything, and make sure it's totally dry and cured, then I'll spray it. Sometimes I leave it for many days.
Thank you.
Okay, this eye is too big, so I'll fix that later. All right, next one. I have one painted here.
Oh, wow.
And I'll show you the sketch I did on my book. So I sketched this one
Wow.
in a regular just XL sketchbook. So I did this one to try to familiar what is like, where the dark and where the light is. And then I start doing this one. So when this one dries, then I can pull out some dried hair.
I love all three of them. They look
Thank
so cute.
So some of this were taken out from the one is almost dry, and some were taken out still very wet. Okay, so here, like this is dry for maybe 2 weeks already. So I can take out the hair. Just wet your brush, but not too wet. So I always have a piece of a tissue in my hand. Take out a few hair like this. You see?
Oh, yeah. Oh, wow.
If you wait it for very long, maybe for months, and then you take it out, some of the paint will be kind of not that straight, like the hair is not straight, kind of zigzag. Show you one that is like this. I don't see it. It's not too bad. After it dries, I just wipe off the colors to get the hair out. So I don't think I'm going to do this part to take out the hair at all. This part should be okay. I need some of the hair from here. When here is dark, so when I leave it out, it's white. But the other side is too light, so I can add some colors. But we do not do too many hair. When I first do the painted the hair, it was so much. I feel like, oh my God. Even I don't like it. Just show a few. Any more questions?
Not now.
soften the edge. Earlier, we have this piece that 90% of dry, right? So if I accidentally have a drip of water, if some colors are from down below, you see,
Yeah.
even we do some of this. So if you are sure that you want to keep this piece, then spray it, so you won't have accidents. And if you don't want it, you can just take wet towel, paper. Brand new piece. Some color will be staining, like I heard that Indian ink probably will leave some ghost color there. And I haven't tried that yet, but if you try, if it's hard to get it off, then maybe use some alcohol to rub it. Or you have a piece of brand new. So this is very forgiving and beautiful too. You want Paco, and then you can just wrap it this way. Especially this is 74 pounds, it's pretty good. 68 pounds is kind of flimsy. And 144 I think is too thick. If you are painting big, really huge, then probably that would be good. This eyes, this piece is too big. This eye is too big. Either I enlarge this or I make it smaller. I'll make it smaller.
It's still wet, right?
Yeah, it's still wet. So I'm holding on to the drier side. There. Smaller. It's one. More white out. Make it a little bigger. It's a little big.
Wow. Hmm. Will you add some background for this picture or leave it like that?
Pardon me?
Will you add some background for this cat or you will leave it like this on white?
I'm still thinking about it. If I'm going to add the background, then it will be vague.
Mm-hmm. You want it to be dry before, right?
Since I have two, I can try one and then the other one I leave it white.
Mm-hmm. It looks wonderful on white too.
Yeah, mostly my pet portraits are I just leave them white, or maybe just simple background. I still have to fix this eye here, but it's still wet, so I cannot do anything. I'm gonna add some blue into the pupil.
Mm-hmm.
Shade in the eye. I can send out the picture when I finish one, because I'm waiting for it to dry. Part the details of the nose. Yep. I think I'm done today.
We have one more question.
Okay.
To confirm, you only using ultramarine blue and raw sienna, correct? Or you
And
add other
also-
color?
And also burnt sienna.
And burnt sienna. So it's only 3 colors.
And a little bit for the eyes is the
Yeah.
indigo, yeah.
Indigo. And this
Okay.
beautiful pink ears,
It's alizarin crimson.
it's alizarin crimson, yeah. And that's raw sienna gives this nice orange shade, right?
You were talking about raw sienna?
Yeah. Raw sienna gives this orange on the nose, right?
Raw sienna also the alizarin crimson.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
On the ear, on the ears, on the mouth, and on the
Oh,
nose.
I see. Mm-hmm. Beautiful. How many? Yeah, thank you.
I think I like this one better.
I love this too because it's so soft and they just both. I love them both.
This one, the face is stronger.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, more contrast and more colors, like brighter.
So sometimes, under different situation, different environment, so the painting will be different.
Yes.
I belong to a watercolor society, Santa Clara Valley Watercolor Society. We have a show in the Saratoga Library, the Grove Study Room. I have a Misty Lake painting there.
Wow.
This is my painting. So if you have time, go there, take a look. We have 32 paintings there. Our theme is inspired by the famous artist. So everyone painted something of that style from that famous artist. It can be, masters from long time ago, or it can be the current one, the contemporary one. I mean now, like I got a style from Smith, what's his name? David Smith, of his wedding work.
Okay, and it's in Saratoga Library, right?
Yes, in the group study room. It will be shown until end of September. It started August 1st for 2 months.
Cool. Thank you.
So earlier I say if you use an eraser, if you have two, then you have to use alcohol to wipe the area they use the eraser. But if you don't want to use eraser, you could, when you sketch, you can use the watercolor pencils. Those are some water-soluble watercolor pencils.
Mm-hmm.
Andy,
Yes.
could you please say the colors you use? Somebody is asking, they said you're only using ultramarine blue and raw sienna, correct? But you're using more than that. So could you list the paint colors that you used, please?
Yes. I use raw sienna and burnt sienna and French ultramarine and a little indigo and alizarin crimson. But this is very tiny, that is tiny. Indigo and alizarin crimson is just tiny bit. Mostly I'm using raw sienna, burnt sienna, and French ultramarine. And these are either from Winsor Newton or Holbein or Daniel Smith. And because I'm right-handed, so I set up my palette on my right-hand side. And I always have 2 jars of water. One is for washing the brush, the color. The other one is clean water. And I always have a piece of cloth. This has been used for 20 years. I wash it sometimes.
Oh, wow.
And always have some tissue in my hand. No lotion, okay?
A question.
Okay.
Will you be teaching an in-person class for doing animals on Yupo anytime soon?
No.
You're not teaching?
I'm
Oh,
teaching some senior. They are mostly beginners. So I haven't taught them how to use to paint on Yupo yet.
okay.
Just regular paper. But I do have some friends, they come to paint with me in my studio in the past. Oh, I want to show you my studio. It's very clustered, but I have lots of stuff. Let me get my. So can I?
Yeah, we can see. We can see.
Okay. These are my studio. I don't show you the down below. It's too much stuff there.
That's
I
usual.
have a lot of hobbies, so I cook too. And I sew too, sewing. And I have plants. It is the wall on my animals mostly.
Wow.
There are some landscapes.
And this is all on Yupo paper, right?
Let me see.
Or
On
not?
the right hand side, yes. All this 6.
Uh-huh.
And these 3 are regular paper. And the top one and that rooster, Yupo too.
Mm-hmm.
Also has some in the kitchen. This is masa paper. Masa paper is
Wow.
a kind of handmade paper. You squeeze it and crumble it and put into the water and then open it, squeeze a little bit water out and open it and paste it on hard surface and you can start painting on dry or on wet. Some in the living room, but just too much.
Beautiful. Thank you very much.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you so much. I hope I did not put people to sleep.
No, it was very interesting. Thank you to show your process. It was really cool. You make it look so easy.
The last part is the harder because it's more detailed, but at first it was much easier, just.
Madeline V.
Yeah, Candy, your demo was really enjoyable to watch. I played a little bit with Yupo. It's not easy to use and you make it look easy. It was
Well,
very enjoyable.
Tell you the truth, this first time I did Yupo is a piece of half sheet. It's huge. I went with my art teacher to Santa Cruz for a workshop with a teacher that is, she was 93 years old. And she asked us to paint 3 vases of flowers, half sheet. When I first time finished that one, I hated it so much. I was so afraid of it. So I didn't paint on Yupo for about 3 or 4 years. Until one day I took a small piece, very tiny piece, like maybe like this big, and I painted a cat. And I make it into a greeting card to give to my doctor. And my doctor, because I have injuries, so my doctor thought it was an original, and he really loved it. So they really encouraged me. So starting from there, I started painting small and gradually a little bigger. But this one is that about 11 by 14. It comes two sizes in a pack. One is the one smaller. This one smaller is 9 by 12. And this one is 11 by 14. Otherwise, it will be a sheet. You can cut it smaller. And nowadays, the cover of this Yupo is differently. It's very different. It's kind of not like this at all. And I remember when I bought it, it's 20 pieces. And later, when I bought the other kind, the newer one, it's only 10 pieces, but the price are the same.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you, Candy.
Any more questions, guys? Okay. Candy, we have a lot of messages for you in the meeting chat, so take time to read them all. It's addressed to you.
Will I be able to read them after?
Yeah, you
Yeah.
will be able to read them.
Okay, great.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you for inviting me, and I thank you so much. I was kind of nervous, before I started.